डेवलपमेंटल साइकोलॉजिस्ट जीन पियाजे ने कुछ बच्चों के साथ फेमस 3 माउंटेन एक्सपेरिमेंट करा, जिसमें पहले उन्होंने बॉल माउंटेन्स के आगे दिखाई, जिससे बच्चों ने तुरंत पहचान लिया। लेकिन जब वही बॉल पियाजे ने माउंटेन्स के पीछे रख दी तो बच्चों ने बहुत ही शॉकिंग जवाब दिया। उन्होंने जवाब दिया कि बॉल है ही नहीं। इस जवाब के पीछे जीन पियाजे ने एक्सप्लेन किया कि 9 साल से कम उम्र के बच्चे एब्स्ट्रैक्ट थिंकिंग नहीं कर पाते, मतलब कि वो उन चीज़ों की रीजनिंग नहीं कर पाते जो वो आंखों के सामने ना देखें। इसलिए कई बार बच्चे स्काई का कलर पिंक और हॉर्स का कलर यूनिकॉर्न जैसा कर देते हैं। उनकी ड्राइंग्स में हार्ट और ह्यूमन के साइज में कोई डिफरेंस नहीं होता। और इससे हमें ये भी पता चलता है कि हर डिफरेंट स्टेज ऑफ लाइफ में एक ह्यूमन का डिफरेंट और मल्टीट्यूडनल टाइप का डेवलपमेंट होता है, जो कि कॉग्निटिव, फिजिकल, साइकोलॉजिकल एंड मॉरल एट्रीब्यूट से असेस होता है। वेलकम बैक टू ब्लेड लर्नर्स। मैं हूँ प्रियांशी और आज के इस लेक्चर में हम इन्हीं डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस के बारे में गहराई से जानेंगे, उनके कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स का इन डेप्थ एनालिसिस करेंगे। मैं चाहती हूँ कि आप ये वीडियो एंड तक देखें और आप अपने क्वेश्चंस और कोई भी डाउट्स कमेंट सेक्शन में हमसे पूछ सकते हैं।
So before you start the video, let me tell you that this is the place to be if you are a humanities or arts student. क्योंकि हमारे पास है हिस्ट्री, पोस्ट साइंस, साइकोलॉजी एंड सोशियोलॉजी के बेस्ट ऑफ द बेस्ट लेक्चर्स, जिनको क्रिएट किया है खुद JNU, BHU, जामिया और DU जैसे इंस्टीट्यूशंस के पढ़े हुए एलुमनाइज ने। And if you want to get the notes of psychology or any other subject, then please download our app, go to the free material section. There you will find all the important notes and the PDFs. इसके अलावा बाकी जितने भी सब्जेक्ट्स हैं उनके इंपॉर्टेंट लिंक्स को and even the download link of our app, everything is mentioned in the description box. Do check it out after finishing this one shot. So now without any further delay, let's get started with the lecture.
Hi everyone, my name is Priyanshi. I welcome you back to Blade Learners. और आज हम पढ़ेंगे क्लास 11 साइकोलॉजी का चैप्टर 3 which is human development in psychology. In this chapter you will study about cognitive, social, emotional, moral and physiological, psychological development of an individual as they grow through different stages of life. So a person's developmental stages, particularly in developmental psychology या फिर developmental as a field, is recorded from the time they are conceived, that is from the time they are just unicellular organism inside the body of the mother, the host, to the time they are full grown adults that are on the death of on the verge of decline towards death. So this is it, जहां से आपने दुनिया के बाहर आए भी नहीं होते, आपने दुनिया देखी भी नहीं होती, टू द टाइम जब आप दुनिया छोड़ के जाने वाले होते हो, वी एक्सप्लोर द होल डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस ऑफ एन इंडिविजुअल थ्रू दैट ड्यूरेशन. सो फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज डेवलपमेंट? And development in the sense of development for human beings, for us, what is development? So development is a sequence of organized and predictable changes that start at conception. मैंने बताया था conception मतलब जिस टाइम से आप conceive होते हो, you are in the womb, in the uterus of your mother, and continue throughout a person's life. These changes follow a regular pattern of growth and development. This process is influenced by a mix of biological factors, which are genetics and your physical growth, cognitive factors like your thinking, learning, and memory, socio-emotional factors such as relationships and emotions. So if you look at it very carefully, the person that you used to be, say, 10 years ago, you're not the same person now. You've had more honed cognitive skills, you have more complex socio-emotional relationships with people around you. So this is a development that you have made from the person that you were 10 years ago to the person that you are now. So this is the development. The आपका development भी पता है, it happens in phases and stages. You know, when you are at home and you're not going to school and you're just a little child, you are just in a place where you are only attached to your mother and a little attached to your father. That is your first reception of emotional bonds in this world. As you grow up, you realize, okay, there are more relatives in the family, and when you grow even more up, you realize, okay, you can make friends when you start going to school. When you grow up more, you feel, okay, we can get married and you have your own family. So this is how your relationship change from person to person and phase to phase, as you go through the developmental cycle of your life. So development is a lifelong process. You know, it does not stop. As if I say I'm 21 and my development had stopped, that would be very wrong statement to say because development does not stop. It happens at every life stage. Like learning does not stop. So development is a lifelong process that occurs across all stages from conception to old age. It involves the interplay of biological, cognitive, social, emotional processes which are interwoven throughout a person's life. Development is multi-directional, meaning some abilities may increase while others decrease. Like for example, when you were very little, you know, जब आप बहुत छोटे थे, आप ऐसे fingers पे addition करते थे, remember? And now that you have grown up, mental maths कर सकते हो, right? फॉर एग्जाम्पल जब आप बहुत बहुत ओल्ड हो जाओगे आपकी फिजिकल टेंसाइल जो है वो डिक्रीज हो जाएगी मीनवाइल आपकी इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस जो है वो होपफुली लाइकली इंक्रीज हो जाएगी आपकी मेमोरी जो है दैट विल स्टार्ट टू टेक अ सीट at the back but other times you will be very empathetic. So thing is development happens in different ways and different manners as you move through the life phases. आपकी पर्टिकुलर लाइफ फेज में आपको किस तरीके की डेवलपमेंट की जरूरत है that is the kind of development that people do as they move across and when we are not able to make that development that is a sign क्योंकि maybe there is a problem and that that needs to be addressed. So importantly it is highly plastic indicating that skills and abilities can be improved and developed at any age. So when we say highly plastic what we mean is it's moldable. It's not permanent. It's not something that cannot be changed. Something cannot be improved or, cannot be removed at all. It can come and go. It is absolutely moldable. Development is also influenced by historical condition and is concern of many disciplines. So, for example, I have a predisposed vulnerability towards cold. ठीक है कोल्ड एज इन जैसे ही सीजन चेंज होता है आई बिगिन टू गेट कोल्ड एंड कफ ये सब मुझे हो जाता है बिकॉज दिस इज समथिंग दैट हैपेंस टू एवरीवन इन माय फैमिली एंड इट हैज बीन हैपनिंग फॉर जनरेशंस नाउ my father, my aunt, everyone has it. So somehow this has also been passed on to me. So when I have a predisposed vulnerability, which is a historical condition, like I said in this sentence, so ये मेरी predisposed vulnerability and I am more prone to getting cough and cold during changing seasons than somebody else who does not come from my family and is not so predisposed vulnerable to cough and cold and changing seasons. And lastly, an individual's development is shaped by inherited traits and the physical, social, historical, and cultural context they interact with each other. So, एक इंसान की जो पूरी पूरी डेवलपमेंट है ना वो उसके इनहेरिटेड ट्रेट से जो है डेवलप होती है लाइक फॉर एग्जांपल जैसे मैंने बताया कि मेरी फैमिली में कफ एंड कोल्ड रन्स राइट सो मेरी फिजिकल वेलबींग कैसी रहेगी कि आई हैव अ लिटिल लो इम्यूनिटी राइट एंड मेरी सोशल क्या हो गई कि भाई वेन एवर सम चेंजिंग सीजन हैपन आई डोंट रियली गो आउट अ लॉट सो दिस इज अ हिस्टोरिकल वल्नरेबिलिटी एंड इट हैज बीन एन इनहेरिटेड ट्रेट ये मैंने डेवलप नहीं किया है ये मेरे साथ आया है. So the thing is, this is there. This has changed the way I interact with other people. I avoid certain foods in certain weathers. I do not go out as much when there is a changing weather because I feel I'll get sick. So this has changed my life and this has also changed my development. Now, if I do not go out as much, अब जैसे COVID के time पे जो बच्चे they were born, what they were started to being brought up as were कि they were brought up in a very controlled, a very protective environment than regular children, right? COVID kids that were born during COVID times. So उनका क्या है उनकी इम्यूनिटी कम हो गई है उस हिसाब से क्योंकि because they are brought up in such a time जहाँ पे they were not interacting with any germs and bacteria at all. So if they were protected and they did not go out a lot, they do not know how to make a lot of good peer, peer groups में कैसे involve होता है, they do not know because they were kept in a very constrained environment due to the times that they were. So this has changed the kind of development that they will seek in future. Possibility is that they will remain so for a very long amount of time, but if they come out of their shell, they will be able to interact very well. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो समथिंग जो आपके आसपास का कल्चरल कॉन्टेक्स्ट है जैसे उस टाइम पे कोविड था उस टाइम पे बच्चे बाहर जा ही नहीं रहे थे खेलने के लिए या फिर बच्चे एक दूसरे के घर नहीं जा रहे थे स्कूल नहीं जा रहे थे कहीं नहीं जा रहे थे सो दिस वाज समथिंग दैट वाज हैपनिंग ड्यूरिंग दैट कल्चरल फ्रेम. सो विल टॉक अबाउट डेवलपमेंटल स्टेजेस नाउ. So human life progresses through a series of distinct stages, each with its own temporary but defining features. These developmental stages are characterized by dominant traits or leading characteristics that set each period apart from others. Like for example, आपके बचपन में क्या characteristics होते थे? You were supposed to have good social skills. You were supposed to be somebody जो अपने parents को recognize कर पाता हो, है ना? आपकी moral और emotional क्या होनी चाहिए थी कि भाई emotionally आपको इतना sound होना चाहिए था that you could stay away from your parents for time enough so that you could go to school. इमोशनली इतना होना चाहिए था, मॉरल जो है आप किसी की पेंसिल इरेजर घर मत लेके आ जाना किसी और की, राइट? सो दे वर डिफरेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स दैट वर देयर व्हेन यू वर अ चाइल्ड. Now that you have been become an adolescent and soon to be you will be a young adult, right? तो आपसे डिफरेंट चीजें हम एक्सपेक्ट करते हैं. वी एक्सपेक्ट रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी फ्रॉम यू, वी एक्सपेक्ट अकाउंटेबिलिटी फ्रॉम यू, वी एक्सपेक्ट एम्पथी फ्रॉम यू. At the same time we also expect some kind of physiological growth from you, psychological resilience. So this is something that changes with each developmental phase. We characterize the growth, the actual supremacy of growth in each developmental stage as they move across it. एंड वी सी के ओके फाइन, इस डेवलपमेंटल स्टेज में इस इंसान को इस चीज की जरूरत पड़ेगी. जैसे अब आपके बोर्ड्स आने वाले होंगे अगले साल, राइट? सो यू विल बी एक्सपेक्टेड टू हैव रेजिलियंस बिकॉज बोर्ड्स आर नॉट an easy ball game. We expect some kind of resilience from you for you to make a mark. So this is something जो हम आपसे expect करेंगे. But resilience was not something that we were expecting from you when you were 5 years old, right? Because उस time पे आपको जरूरत नहीं है, but now you need it. So these developmental stages are characterized by dominant traits or leading characteristics that set each period apart from others. During a particular stage, individuals are expected to move towards specific goal or abilities that are considered essential for advancement to next stage. आप ना लंबा पैर खींच के तीसरी चौथी सीढ़ी पे चढ़ नहीं सकते because in that case you will fall. So what we expect is कि आप अभी ठीक से एक सीढ़ी पे चढ़ दो so that you are able to take the next step properly, and only then you will be able to stand firmly in the step that you are. So these goals are achieved in a sequence that aligns with the experience of others, reflecting a shared developmental trajectory. So that is the goals plus experience result in a developmental trajectory. That is कि जब आप first class में होते हो, second, third, fourth, then you come to college and to a point where you become able to get a degree, and degree लेने के बाद that degree makes you employable. So that is your developmental trajectory कि okay, this is how you have gained development and experience and goals, and you have so and so accomplishments, and that's how they have developed you in such a manner. It is important to note that certain behaviors and skills are learned more effectively and successfully during certain specific stages of development. For example, if I say mental maths, you can't do mental maths when you're only say 2 years old, right? When I say driving, आपका judgment जो है that won't come to you when you're only 12 years old. That's why underage driving is illegal. These achievements become the social expectations for that stage and are known as developmental tasks. अब हम आपसे जैसे when you come in your adolescence and when you come in your young adulthood या फिर adulthood या फिर whatever, we expect certain amount of responsibility from you. We expect expect certain amount of resilience from you. So that is what the social expectation is from a certain stage, and they are known as developmental tasks. The stages of development include infancy, जब हम बहुत नूनू बच्चे होते हैं ना छोटू से, childhood when we are learning how to gain knowledge, and we are learning about our social existence and our moral values are given to us. And then there's adolescence जिसमें आप अभी हो. इसके बीच में there is one more developmental stage which is young adulthood, although a little debatable. Not many developmental psychologists consider it as a stage, but socially it is a stage. Young adulthood is when you are 18 plus but 24 below. So then there's your adulthood and then there's your old age. So we'll start with the prenatal stage. Now prenatal stage जो होता है when you are absolutely not even born, जब आप conception ही हुआ होता है, that is prenatal stage. ठीक है? तो दिस इज द पीरियड फ्रॉम कंसेप्शन टू बर्थ, मतलब ये आप दुनिया में नहीं आए हो, यू जस्ट बीन कंसीव्ड, इज रेफर टू एज अ प्रीनेटल स्टेज. इट टिपिकली लास्ट अराउंड 40 वीक्स. दैट इज द टाइम ऑफ 9 months ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी. During this time, both genetic and environmental factors play a significant role in development. Environmental factors such as teratogens आपके जो मदर है या फिर जो होस्ट बॉडी है उसके पर्टिकुलर टेराटोजोन्स यानी कि आसपास के बैक्टीरिया या फिर किस तरह का लाइफस्टाइल है या फिर किस तरह का उनका फूड कंजम्पशन है, किस तरह की उनके आसपास लिविंग कंडीशंस हैं, दैट आर योर टेराटोजोन्स बेसिकली कि आपके आसपास किस तरह के बैक्टीरिया हैं दैट आर अफेक्टिंग योर चाइल्ड्स ग्रोथ. And then there are maternal characteristics such as mother's age, nutrition, emotional well-being that also impact prenatal development. Now the thing is, mother's age plays a very significant role. मतलब mother's age as well as nutrition combined, they play the most significant role in the psychological soundness of the newborn. Now, when I say psychological soundness, I basically mean the mothers that conceived up to 40 plus years of age, which is biologically very difficult. So IVF वगैरह use करते हैं. पहले तो body is not physically so strong now to take care of a baby inside of the body, so that is a very big problem. Now, the next problem is genetically predisposed vulnerability to certain diseases, जैसे कि आपकी immunity कम होगी, यूब्रेनेटिक और उसके बाद आपकी पर्टिकुलरली और भी जो प्रॉब्लम्स है व्हेन यू आर 40 एंड जो आपकी बॉडी में प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही हैं, those problems can be passed on to the child as it is, right? Apart from that, the biggest problem that is often faced nowadays is of autism and Down syndrome in women that conceive over 40 years of age, right? And मैं 40 तो बहुत ज्यादा बोल रही हूँ, एक्चुअली में द हेल्दीएस्ट टाइम टू कंसीव इज 20 to 26 to 5, क्योंकि इस टाइम पे योर बॉडी इज हेल्दी, your reproductive organs are not so old. You will have a healthy pregnancy, but the problem here is social problems यहाँ पे ज्यादा होती हैं, like for example financial problems. Society हमारे को expect नहीं करती that we have a kid at 20-26, and even if we do, then obviously हमारे बाकी plans जो होते हैं they get hampered, such as our education and our careers. Apart from this, if you conceive between 25 to 35, now the problem here is you possibly may have a difficult pregnancy because the chances of your reproductive organs. So the thing is, our reproductive organs of women's age faster than their biological ages. Like for example, if I am 21, so the reproductive organ age will be much more than my actual biological age. So they age much faster than we do. So 25 to 35, chances are that you might have a difficult pregnancy given the lifestyle we people lead. Also because we are working during this time, so we don't take ample rest or we do not do ample. जैसे हमारे आजकल का corporate culture बहुत ज़्यादा हो गया, so we are either sitting only or we do not take rest at all. So considering these kind of roles that women play in worlds today, जो working होती हैं, it becomes really hard for them to have a very healthy pregnancy. They either find no time for them to work out or they find no time to have rest, and strain of any kind, physical, mental, emotional, is not good for the baby. नेक्स्ट इज द सब्सटेंस अब्यूज का जो कंजम्पशन होता है, विच इज वेरी हार्मफुल टू द चाइल्ड्स ग्रोथ. वो चाइल्ड जब ऐसा होता है ना, तो द पर्सन when any person is conceived, that cells are combined together, ठीक है, after a point of time they become blastocytes. जब blastocytes बनते हैं, that is when the rapid growth of cells happen. Now the thing is, आफ्टर दैट इज हैपनिंग, जो सेल्स होते हैं ब्लास्टोसाइट में, उसके बाहर वाले जो होते हैं, दे बिकम योर प्लासेंटा एंड योर अम्बिलिकल कॉर्ड, दैट इज समहाउ, जो उसके सबसे बाहर वाले होते हैं, दे जॉइन टू द यूट्रस लाइनिंग. बट द थिंग इज, इवेंचुअली आफ्टर पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, दो सेल्स ऑल्सो टर्न टू become your brain, your spinal cord. For a very long amount of time, the child does not have a brain, it has only a spinal cord, right? So the thing is, when that happens and when you are consuming any kind of substances, chances are your bloodstream will carry those substances to the child's brain, and they are not going to be healthy for the kid. That is why, because substances they go right in your bloodstream, so bloodstream is not going to be healthy. Any kind of bloodstream substances will not be good for your child. Additionally, diseases or infections that the mother may have can adversely affect developing fetus. For instance, conditions like rubella, genital herpes, human immunodeficiency virus can lead to genetic issues in the newborn. Sometimes what even happens is women that have HIV conceive, and after the child is born it is found that the child also have HIV. More so आजकल क्या होता है, when babies are born, immediately after they are born, like within an hour or so, they are taken for a diabetes test. So जो उनका heal होता है, because nowhere in the body they have so much fat or tissue anywhere, they are very very small things, right? So they get the diabetes test done after they are born, immediately, much after they are born. उनकी heel को prick करके they take their diabetes test. So even if a mother has had diabetes or issues of such kind, psoriasis or something, the chances are really high that they might pass. Now the thing is, chances of a father's disease being conceived into the child is much lower than that of a mother's disease being conceived into the child. Like for example, if diabetes is within the father as well as the mother, the chances are the child will have it 75% together. If the diabetes isn't just father and not the mother, the chances are the child will only have it for 13%. If the mother has diabetes and the father does not, chances are the child might have it for 44% to 50%. So ये ऐसा breakup होता है. Another threat to prenatal development comes from teratogens, जिनके भी मैंने आपसे बात करी थी, which are environmental agents that disturb normal development and can cause severe abnormalities and even death. Common teratogens involve drug, infections, radiation, and pollution. The consumption of substances such as marijuana, heroin, cocaine, alcohol, and tobacco during pregnancy can harm the fetus and can increase the risk of congenital abnormalities. Congenital abnormalities हो गया आपका neurodevelopmental abnormalities. Exposure to radiation such as X-rays and certain chemicals found near industrial areas can lead to permanent genetic changes. I'll give you an example. जब हमारे दुनिया में चर्नोबिल हुआ था, सो द थिंग इज चर्नोबिल के टाइम पे इफ यू स्टिल गूगल पिक्चर्स एंड इफ यू आर ओके विद अ ट्रिगर वार्निंग, आई एम गिविंग एवरीवन अ ट्रिगर वार्निंग. सो ड्यूरिंग दैट many people had thyroid cancer, thyroid was here, okay, and they had bone cancer, they had multiple brain cancers, the ones that are born after it. Many people died of radiation burns, जो बहुत ही close contact में आए थे to the radiation that was being emitted. Aside from this, the people that were conceiving or were already pregnant during this time, they had children born with, most times it was stillbirth. Other times it was that the child was born with severe neurodevelopmental disorders, so much so that they were, they needed somebody to take care of them 100% of times, right? Aside from this, many people, not just in Ukraine, Russia, उस time पे, but across Europe had a lot of abortions because they were kind of expecting some kind of, congenital abnormalities in the children that were being born. इतना दूर भी क्यों जाए, let's come back to Bhopal. During Bhopal gas tragedy, if you go and look it up, there were certain, congenital abnormalities, physiological, psychological abnormalities that were being observed in the children that were born right after. So such, exposure to radiation, chemicals, जैसे कि यहाँ पे लिखा हुआ है, right? Chemical gases found near industrial areas can lead to permanent genetic changes. Environmental pollutants and toxic substances such as carbon monoxide, mercury, lead also pose significant risk to the unborn child. I'll give you a very interesting example. In Victorian era and even before that, during the Tudors time in Europe, England, sorry, Tudors were the first, not the first. Actually, Henry VIII was the first person to bring, Protestant religion of Christianity into England. उसने पहला Church of England बनाया था. So उस time पे what used to women do was, even if they were caught with some kind of hepatitis, pox or smallpox or something of that kind, या फिर even if they felt that they wanted to look more pretty and white. So English के हिसाब से क्या होता है, white, pale, porcelain skin, जैसे कि slides का color है, that was considered very attractive. So what they used to do was they used to make makeup that was made out of lead. Now what happened was they were having a lot of phantom pregnancies. Now phantom pregnancies are when you think you're pregnant but you're not pregnant. So basically phantom pregnancies was found because they were having ovarian cyst and even uterine cancers. And it was happening because their reproductive health was getting highly affected from the lead makeup that they were using, to a point that they were even having miscarriages during that time. So lead makeup which was used just to apply on the face was leading to a lot of problems in the women during that time. So mercury, lead, ये सब अच्छा मर्करी वो मेकअप हटाने के लिए the makeup removers that they had during that time, so उसमें mercury होता था, so they were using really very harmful metals in their makeup. So next is your infancy stage. Now infancy is when you are born to your childhood, मतलब when you are very small. हम इसमें आपकी न्यूनेट स्टेज को कंसिडर करते हैं. न्यूनेट इज व्हेन यू जस्ट born, इसको हम न्यूबॉर्न स्टेज कहते हैं, to a time when you are a child. The brain undergoes rapid development both before and after birth, with a significant growth spurt occurring before from birth to age 2. At birth, newborns have basic life-sustaining functions such in the play, such as breathing, sucking, swallowing, and eliminating bodily wastes. Obviously, motor developments get developed when they are during this time. So newborns movement are initially controlled by reflexes. Now every person or every animal, human that is being born, they come with some amount of latent survival instinct. Now अभी जो ये दिखा रहे हैं छोटे छोटे movements, they are basically nothing but they are latent survival instinct that have been imbibed in them through evolution. So उनके initially जो होते हैं वो reflexes होते हैं which are come to them via evolution. They have no role in it as a person, and they respond to stimuli that are present from birth. These reflexes serve as adaptive mechanism before the baby has a chance to learn. Some reflexes such as coughing, blinking, yawning continue throughout the life. As the brain matures, physical development advances too, with muscles and nervous system evolving to support finer motor skills. Key physical skills that develop, including grasping, reaching for objects, sitting, crawling, walking, and running. Now, if you are trying to hand something to a child, a very small child, chances are that they might not hold it. But eventually, if they are able to grasp things, the things that they are trying to grasp is क्या होगा, उनके हाथ से गिर जाएगी, या फिर दे आर नॉट एबल टू होल्ड ऑन टू इट प्रॉपर्ली, या फिर उसे बहुत वियर्ड तरीके से पकड़ेंगे जैसे हम तो नॉर्मली ऐसे भी पकड़ पाएंगे, बट दे विल होल्ड इट लाइक दिस. So the reason is because उनके अभी motor skills बहुत fine नहीं है. They do not have a lot of muscle strength as well as they do not have a lot of finer motor skills. So they learn it as they grow up. Things are time, मतलब when you see a newborn baby, मतलब newborn तो नहीं walk करते. When you see a 2-year-old walking, how do they walk? मतलब बहुत धीरे धीरे, often गिर जाते हैं, पैर नहीं मोड़ते, है ना, and they hold things while walking. Similarly, when they grow up, we do not hold things while we are walking, right? So this is finer motor skills that we develop as we grow because our brain has matured and we are able to do complex physical activities. Now there are sensory abilities also. Newborns can recognize their mother's voice within hours of birth and possess other sensory capabilities. Initially, their vision is less developed compared to adults because they have not so developed rods and cones when they are born. They develop it as they grow. By 6 months, their vision improves and significantly, and by the first year, it is close to adult levels, which is 20/20. Newborns are generally color deficient, with full color vision developing by 3 months. They respond to touch and can feel pain, and they can also have functional smell and taste capacities. Have you seen that video on social media where a child is given a bit of lemon for the first time? So if you see how the child reacts to the lemon ka taste, gives a very funny expression. So this is because they are able to develop the taste buds on their tongue, and they are able to have functional smell, but they do not have such developed and honed smell such as ours because they are not so experienced and उनका brain इतना mature नहीं होता. But with time to develop it, by the time they're 3 4, they're able to develop it. Initially they're not so able to develop it, and that is why only very little things are, very specific things are fed to children, and they eat they drink a lot of milk in the beginning. Eventually when they are able to develop an appetite, they are given things that have milk in it because they are able to digest the milk which has low fat in it. Besides that, they are not given a lot of taste bud anticipatories because they are not able to process them if they are very overwhelming for the child. So there's a lot of cognitive development that is happening in your, infancy. So Jean Piaget, which has worked extremely much in the cognitive development, says that children actively construct their understanding of the world throughout the stages of cognitive development. Obviously, now as we were a little child, हम umbrella के नीचे खड़े होते थे and used to see so many colors and used to get so happy. Now when we open our umbrella, we don't get so happy, but this is our cognitive understanding that we have developed over time that we have spent on this earth, right? um, a child's thinking evolves through a series of stages from infancy to adolescence, each marked by a distinct way of processing information. These stages include sensory motor, which is 0 to 2 years, pre-operational, which is 2 to 7, concrete operational, which is 7 to 11, and formal operation, which is 10 to 15 years, 11 to 15 years. Now, sensory motor is when you're only able to touch the person and they're able to hear it and then they are able to feel it, right? They are able to sense it. Now, if you touch a child, they will look at you, otherwise they won't. Now, pre-operational is when they're not operating, but they're all set to operate. So, like a child is trying to respond to what you're saying, but they're not yet able to because they are still in the pre-operational stage. The concrete operational is when they're able to respond to you. They're able to do things that they were only able to do physically before. जैसे, you know, just small things they were only able to do physically पहले they are able to do mentally now. Formal operational is when they are formally operating. These are also associated to your schooling years. During infancy, children experience the world through their senses and interaction with objects, looking, hearing, touching, mouthing, and grasping. At this stage, infants live in the present moment with out of sight, out of mind being a typical trait. Piaget suggested that infants lack object permanence, the understanding that objects continue to exist even when not seen. So, from social emotional development that we'll discuss now, from birth, babies are inherently social beings, and infants start to show preference for similar faces and respond to their parents' presence with cooing and gurgling. So, they start reaching out to their parents, है ना? And apart from this they start to show affinity for obviously उनकी मम्मी से तो उनको affinity सबसे ज्यादा ही होती है but after that their grandmothers, their fathers, their siblings, मतलब family के members के लिए. The emotional bond that forms between infants and their caregivers, known as attachment, is crucial during this period. Now, sometimes if you see celebrities and sometimes even people that are working, or if the child is growing in a system is like social, system, child care system. So they start to show, affinity for their guardians, like yeah, they're caregivers या फिर उनके caretakers जो होते हैं, not necessarily their mothers in that case, but somebody जो उनका ध्यान रखता है on a regular basis. Now, according to Eric Erikson, who gave us a social developmental key theory, first year of life is critical for developing a sense of trust or mistrust. Trust is built on physical comfort and expectation that the world is a secure and nurturing place. So this is their preconceived idea कि आप जो दुनिया जिसमें आप बड़े हो रहे हो वो एक बहुत ही अच्छी दुनिया है, ठीक है. This is the idea that children like to have. Now after the way a child is being picked up, the way a child being taken care of, the way a child is, when they cry they are soothed down, तो उस तरीके से बेबी पैसिफाई किस तरह से कर रहे हो आप. So this shows whether a child can trust or mistrust you. So this is exactly where they start to draw their trust and attachment styles over here. So if you notice, जैसे हमारी रेगुलर फैमिलीज में जब छोटा बच्चा होता है, जब इतनी बड़ी बड़ी फैमिलीज होती हैं, सो बहुत सारे लोग होते हैं, दे टेक केयर ऑफ द चाइल्ड इज क्राइंग, रोने नहीं देते बच्चे को बेसिकली. Although it's a little important for the child to cry as well, but हम रोने नहीं देते बच्चों को. Similarly, on a place जहाँ पे if you see जैसे रोड साइड beggars होते हैं, जिनके छोटे छोटे बेबीज होते हैं, they are not able to take care of their babies. The child is crying, the mother is still not able to pay a lot of attention, right? So in that case, the child develops a sense of mistrust from a very, very infant kind of developmental stage. Response and sensitive parenting helps build a strong relationship and foundation, exploring the environment leading to secure attachment. सो रिस्पॉन्स एंड सेंसिटिव पेरेंटिंग मतलब हो गया कि आप अपने बच्चे की नीड्स के लिए किस तरीके से रिस्पॉन्सिव, वो बच्चा भूखा है, रोए जा रहा है, सो यू आर रिस्पॉन्डिंग, ओके बच्चे को भूख लगी है, शी और ही नीड्स अ चेंज, राइट, उसको कपड़े चेंज करने की जरूरत है, बच्चे को नींद आ रही है, यू आर नॉट रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू दैट नीड, या फिर बच्चे के कहीं दर्द हो रहा है, बच्चा रो रहा है, उसको भूख भी नहीं लग रही है, देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम, बट स्टिल द चिल्ड्रन इज क्राइंग, so what is possibly wrong with the child? So these kind of things, parenting that people do हेल्प ब्रिंग्स अ स्ट्रॉन्ग फाउंडेशन। बच्चा समझता है कि वो एक बहुत सेफ इन्वायरमेंट में उसकी जरूरतें पूरी हो रही है, बिकॉज उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे चाइल्ड ओनली केयर्स अबाउट देयर नीड्स, राइट, उनकी नीड्स पूरी होनी चाहिए, उनके बाद इनकी कोई इससे ज्यादा नीड नहीं होती है। नाउ इफ यू लुक केयरफुली इन द सोशल इमोशनल डेवलपमेंटल स्टेज, यू विल कम टू कंक्लूजन कि वी आर बेसिकली टॉकिंग अबाउट डेवलपमेंट ऑफ सोशल इंटेलिजेंस एंड हाउ आर सोशल रिलेशनशिप्स आर बीइंग डन। Now, like I said कि मतलब जो छोटा बच्चा होता है, they start to show affinity towards their mother, अपनी मम्मी को देख के स्माइल करते हैं, they start reaching out for their mother, जैसे हम भी कभी किसी के घर जाते हैं तो वो लोग हमारे लिए काम करते हैं, उनका जो छोटा बच्चा होता है वो हम उन्हें पकड़ के बैठ जाते हैं। सो व्हाट हैपेंस इज जब मम्मी आसपास से गुजरती है उस छोटे बेबी की, तो बच्चा अपनी मम्मी को देख के ऐसे करता है कि मम्मा मुझे गोदी ले लो, इवन दो द चाइल्ड कांट से इट, बट चाइल्ड डज सम एक्शंस, रीचिंग आउट, रोने लगता है, झुकने लगता है मम्मी की तरफ। बट चिल्ड्रन विद ऑटिज्म डू नॉट डू दिस, they do not make any kind of eye contact with their mothers, they do not feel कि उन्हें मतलब गोदी में रहना जरूरी है, and they do not show an affinity कि भाई मुझे गोदी ले लो, they just do not feel that they need any kind of this thing, so they have an absence of understanding for social cues. So this is something that happens with children with autism, and they start showing it very early. Next is your childhood. During childhood, growth slows compared to infancy, but children continue to develop physically, gaining weight and height, and while learning to walk, run, jump, and play with balls. Socially, their world expands from immediate family to include broader interaction with other adults and peers, and they begin to understand concepts of good and bad, developing a sense of morality. Children also become more capable physically, able to perform tasks individually, set goals, and meet adult expectations. Now, there is this, I was watching this reel a few days back, and there was this mother that was sharing her experience, जिसमें the child has come to a phase in childhood जहाँ पे he wants to hold everything. Now, this is where the child wants to perform tasks independently. They do not want to be fed. They want to feed on their own. वो अपनी चम्मच पकड़ के खुद खाना चाहते हैं. They want to drink water on their own. They want to, take their things on their own. More so, they want to hold everything. They want to touch everything. So this is when they want to become more independent and more physically capable, and they try to meet adult expectations. This is also the time जहाँ पे बच्चे को टॉयलेट ट्रेनिंग मिलती है. So toilet training is very important. Earlier children do not have toilet training because they are very young to know when to go to toilet and how to tell that you want to go to toilet. But during this period of time, they start to learn these things also. And when a newborn neonates का weight बहुत कम होता है, they weigh like very little. If you ever seen a newborn baby, you will be like, oh my God, this is so fragile. Babies look very small, and the head is very big, but the rest of the body is quite small. Over the month period of 6 to 8 months, they start gaining a lot of weight, they grow physically, and they also start to get more of physical cues, उन्हें समझ में आने लगता है. So they start interacting, कुछ हंसी की बात होती है, so they start laughing, कोई उन पे चीख के बोलता है तो they start crying even though they're not understanding what is being said. So there's a lot of physical development that happens. So early development adheres to two main principles. First, development progresses from head to tail, that is from your head to lower body. So what happens is children start to gain control over their spine. तो उन्हें सबसे पहले when you see a small baby, उनको ना उस टाइम पे अपनी गर्दन का भी कोई कंट्रोल नहीं होता. उनकी गर्दन ऐसे हो जाती है, ऐसे हो जाती है. But over the period of time, they start to gain control in their spinal cord, right? So spinal cord में जब उन्हें कंट्रोल आना शुरू होता है, they are able to sit. But बच्चा चलने से पहले बैठना सीखता है, right? So that is what they mean by saying कि उन्हें पहले अपनी अपर बॉडी का समझ में आता है. अपर बॉडी बेसिकली मीन्स स्पाइनल कॉर्ड, आपकी गर्दन, आपकी स्पाइन, आप बैठ पा रहे हो. वरना छोटा बच्चा आप उसको बैठाने की कोशिश करोगे, अगर वो 6 महीने से कम का है तो वो लुढ़क जाएगा, वो बैठ नहीं पाएगा. Right. The second growth starts at the center of the body and moves outward, known as proximodistal trend. Infants initially reach for objects by turning their entire body, but as their nervous system matures, they begin to use their arms more precisely. In middle and late childhood, children experience significant increase in size and strength, primarily due to growth of their skeleton and muscular system and some body organs. दिस इज अ नोन फैक्ट कि पहले ना जब छोटे होते हैं बच्चे, उनको कुछ भी कुछ चाहिए होता है ना, मतलब उन्हें एक छोटा सा तुम्हें पेन दिखा दो एंड देन यू हाइड इट बिहाइंड यू, तो बहुत कोशिश करेंगे उसको लेने की। दे विल कम विद देयर एंटायर बॉडी इवन इफ दे आर नॉट एबल टू वॉक, दे विल क्रॉल टुवर्ड्स यू एंड दे विल ट्राई टू गेट इट। उन्हें अगर कुछ भी चाहिए, दे विल टर्न देयर एंटायर बॉडी टुवर्ड्स इट। देन ओवर सम पीरियड ऑफ टाइम उन्हें समझ में आना चलता है कि ओके, फॉर ग्रास्पिंग यू कैन यूज योर हैंड्स, फॉर वॉकिंग you can use your feet, right? And sometimes if you want to pull something out, you can even hold something like koi toy pakad ke, you can push that thing towards you. So they start to learn this. So this is some complex physical, complex motor skills that they begin to understand as they mature. And obviously this period of time may they draw a lot of strength and size because of their skeletal and muscular system growth. So a motor development भी होता है. So during early childhood, gross motor skills involve the use of arms and legs to move confidently and purposefully. Motor skills such as finger dexterity, मतलब finger को point करना या फिर उनको ऐसे grasp करना. They understand the usage of their fingers. अभी तक उन्हें पहले सिर्फ यहाँ तक समझ में आता है movement. फिर उसके बाद उन्हें अपनी फिंगर समझ में आती है, फिर उन्हें रिस्ट का मूवमेंट समझ में आता है, उन्हें हैंड आई कोऑर्डिनेशन समझ में आता है. बच्चा इधर उधर हाथ हिला रहा होगा, तुम्हारी तरफ देख रहा होगा, सो दे विल अंडरस्टैंड ओके नाउ इफ यू वांट टू डू समथिंग यू लुक एट दैट, राइट? ये सारी चीजें इंप्रूव हो जाती हैं. दिस ऑल्सो हैपेंस व्हेन चिल्ड्रन स्टार्ट टू शो प्रेफरेंस फॉर यूजिंग देयर लेफ्ट और राइट हैंड. सो इस टाइम पे यू ऑल्सो अंडरस्टैंड कि बच्चा लेफ्ट हैंडेड रहेगा कि राइट. Cognitive movement development also happens. So Piaget's का प्री ऑपरेशनल स्टेट होता है इस टाइम पे, जहाँ पे बच्चे मेंटल सिंबल्स को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए, मतलब मेंटल सिंबल्स यूज करते हैं चीजों को रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए. दे डेवलप द एबिलिटी टू मेंटली रिप्रेजेंट ऑब्जेक्ट्स नॉट फिजिकली प्रेजेंट व्हिच एक्सपैंड्स their mental world. Like for example, they will ask for umbrella, so they remember umbrella, right? And they will ask you for it. Or maybe they do an action ki I want my mug, right? So they will do these actions, and then you will understand okay what the child actually wants. A key feature of pre-operational thought is egocentrism. जब उन्हें लगता है कि जो वो देख रहे हैं वही सच है, उसके अलावा कुछ और सच नहीं. सो इसके लिए एक एक्टिविटी की गई थी वेयर अ चाइल्ड वाज मेड टू सिट ऑन द अदर साइड ऑफ द टेबल, और उसको एक चीज दिखाई थी. तो उसको ऐसे माउंटेन्स दिखाए और उस माउंटेन्स के सामने उसको ऐसे बॉल रख के दिखाए. तो उससे पूछा डू यू सी द बॉल, वो कहता है यस. फिर उस बॉल को उन माउंटेन्स के पीछे रख दिया एंड उससे पूछा बॉल है, एंड द चाइल्ड सेड नो. So the child does not understand कि बॉल अभी भी है. It's just that the child cannot see the ball. So it's basically जो उनको दिखता है बस वही होता है. इसके अलावा वो औरों के पर्सपेक्टिव को या व्यू पॉइंट को समझ नहीं पाते हैं. So them also engage in animism. Now they give lifelike qualities and चीजों को नाम दे देना, चीजों को अपने ऐसे रखना जैसे छोटे बच्चे हैं उनके. Like for example, I remember when I was in this phase, I was very very affectionate towards this doll. And जैसे मैं अपनी मम्मी की बेटी थी, वो डॉल मेरी बेटी थी. So I used to take care of it. पहले मम्मी मुझे खाना खिलाती थी, फिर हम एक्टिंग करके उसको खाना खिलाते थे, so that मैं भी खाना खा लूं. वो बहुत सारे क्वेश्चंस पूछते हैं इस एज में. दे आस्क अ लॉट ऑफ थिंग्स लाइक देयर इज दिस मूवी द स्काई इज पिंक, राइट? If you actually draw a lot of thought to it, you'll come to realize it is an example of animalism, where the child is asking a lot of questions and they're very curious. Why is the sky always blue? Why can't it be pink? So this is something that happens. They ask a lot of questions. कि why is this like that? Why? What happened? क्यों नहीं आए? क्यों गए? Because they do not have a lot of social understanding just yet, but they're curious to understand and to learn. Another characteristic of this stage is centration, where children focus on one aspect of an object or event. For example, जैसे I remember when I was young and I had a brother, so I did not remember having this stage for myself, but when I had my brother, so he saw this movie जिसमें एक आदमी होता है एंड उसको दूसरे आदमी को निकालना होता है. एंड दे ओपन द फाटक, फाटक होता है द बैरिकेड काइंड ऑफ थिंग, एंड उसे खोल देता है, वो भाग जाता है. सो हम जब भी उसे कहते हैं ना कि वो लोग जाम में खड़े हैं, उनको आने में टाइम लगेगा, सो वो ऐसे एक्टिंग करके दिखाते हैं फाटक खोल दो आ जाएंगे. सो द ओनली वे, मतलब ही एसोसिएटेड दैट मूवी में जो ही सॉ to every time we said कि they are standing in jam, that's why they are going to be late, no there's a lot of traffic. तो ऐसे एक्टिंग करके दिखाते थे ऐसे खुल जाएगा वो लोग आ जाएंगे. सो दिस इज व्हाट दे अंडरस्टैंड कि उनको बाकी चीजों के बाकी कल्चरल कॉन्टेक्स्ट या सोशल कॉन्टेक्स्ट की अंडरस्टैंडिंग नहीं होती. दे ओनली see something and they think that is the only truth. As they enter the period of middle and late childhood, which is 7 to 11. Intuitive thought evolves into concrete operational thought. This stage involves mental operations that allow children to perform tasks mentally that were previously done physically, and these operationals are reversible. Like for example, first they will say, अच्छा हम जैसे बोलेंगे ना, but if you want to eat ice cream, what will you do? So they will tell you, I will go to the fridge, then I'll take the brick out, then I'll get a spoon or a bowl and then come back. Earlier they were not able to do so. So earlier they will go to the fridge, then they will look for ice cream and they'll just take the ice cream. Then they'll think they have to eat the ice cream, they need something. So that is how they're doing it. पहले they were only able to do these things physically. Now they can do these things mentally. So this also इसका मतलब, for example, when I read about it, the example that was given to me was mental maths. हम पहले मैथ्स को पेपर पे ही कर पाते थे ना, जैसे 7+3, पहले मैं 7 लिखती थी, फिर 7 लाइन्स बनाती थी, फिर मैं नीचे 3 लिखती थी, 3 लाइन्स बनाती थी, फिर उनको 1 2 3 करके ऐड कर रही थी, ऐसे बट एज आई ग्रो अप आई केम टू रियलाइज आई कैन डू मेंटल मैथ्स नाउ. देन वी स्टार्टेड डूइंग देम ऑन फिंगर्स, बट देन 10 fingers कम पड़ गई. Then we started doing it on these blocks that we have on our fingers, right? And after a point of time, we stopped doing that also. Now we can do mental maths easily. So this is something जो प्री ऑपरेशनल से ऑपरेशनल कॉन्क्रीट स्टेज में, दिस इज अ ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन. Concrete operations enable children to consider multiple aspects of objects rather than focusing on just one feature. As cognitive abilities grow, so does their lingual ability. So now they are able to speak same thing in different ways. Like for example, पहले they were only able to say मम चाहिए मतलब मम्मी चाहिए, पानी चाहिए. But now they can say, I want water in this glass, I want water hot, I want cold water. They're able to say these things. They're also, this is at the core of this whole thing is that they want water, but they are specifying what kind of water they want, and which also goes to specify that they are able to focus on different, multi-directional aspects of one core thing, which is water. So there's social emotional development also that happens. So the key aspects of social and emotional development during childhood include self, gender and moral development. Now gender development का सबसे biggest जो understanding यहाँ पे होती है, that happens through toys and cartoons. The kind of affinity and interest people show. थोड़ा सा यहाँ पे gender rolling भी हो जाता है, क्योंकि हम लोग लड़कियों को कपड़े, clothing also plays a very important role. बिकॉज हम लड़कियों के डिफरेंट तरह के कपड़े बनाते हैं, लड़कों को अलग तरीके के, एंड देन वी गिव देम डिफरेंट काइंड ऑफ टॉयज टू प्ले विद, व्हिच हेल्प्स देम अंडरस्टैंड ओके व्हाट काइंड ऑफ जेंडर दे बिलोंग टू, राइट? सेल्फ, नाउ थिंग इज, when the child is very small, they do not feel that their mother and them themselves are different individuals. उन्हें लगता है मम्मी और वो एक ही बॉडी है. ओवर सच पीरियड ऑफ टाइम दे स्टार्ट टू अंडरस्टैंड, ओके मम्मी और वो अलग अलग बॉडीज हैं, तो दे स्टार्ट अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि वो सेल्फ है. ओके, एंड देन व्हेन दे आल्सो स्टार्ट गोइंग टू स्कूल, तो उनका मॉरल डेवलपमेंट भी होने लगता है. उनका मॉरल डेवलपमेंट होता है क्योंकि दे आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद मोर पीपल हु आर देयर एज, दे आर एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड क्योंकि दिस इज हाउ यू सपोज टू बिहेव इन अ सोशल प्लेस. मॉरल डेवलपमेंट इन सेंस ऑफ कि किसी को मारना नहीं है, अब वॉशरूम टीचर से पूछ के जाना है, ये सारी चीजें जो है मॉरल डेवलपमेंट में आ जाती हैं. Children develop a sense of self through socialization and begin to form their identity and independence. According to Erikson, parental response to children's self-initiated activities shape their sense of initiative or guilt. As children start school, social interaction extend beyond their families because अभी तक they were only interacting with adults. Adults जिसको इन्हें बहुत ट्रस्ट करते थे because that's how they've been brought up, but now they are spending time with peer, which also goes to influence their development. As part of child's important, it's a very important part of a child's development to learn to distinguish between right and wrong. So आजकल स्कूल में ना they also teach you bad touch and good touch. मुझे bad touch good touch सिखाया था when I was in 11th standard, 10th 11th, जब सिखाया था हमको. Now children are taught bad touch good touch when they are in primary or pre-primary. Can you believe it? That is the generational gap that me and younger generations have. So they're teaching things like this. Okay, this touch is good, this touch is bad. If somebody talks to you like this and touches you like this is not good. So this is being taught. This includes understanding guilt. कि अगर आप झूठ बोलोगे तो आपको कौवा काटेगा. This is a cultural way of teaching you कि this is not good to lie, right? Empathizing with others. अगर कोई गिर जाता है तो आप उसको बोलो, उस पर हंसो मत, उसको उठाओ. अगर कोई टिफिन नहीं लाता तो अपना आधा सैंडविच उसके साथ शेयर करो. शेयरिंग इज केयरिंग. और ऐसी चीज सिखाते हैं ना, ऑनेस्टी इज द बेस्ट पॉलिसी. ऐसे थॉट्स दे देके वी टीच चिल्ड्रन मॉरल डेवलपमेंट. हेल्पिंग दोज इन नीड. Lawrence Kohlberg proposed that children go through various stages of moral development, each age-related, approaching moral reasoning based on societal rules, such as those from parents or laws, which they eventually adopt as their own. Now होता क्या है ना, when we are taught these things in childhood, ये सब चीजें हमारे को बहुत बचपन में सिखाई थी, sharing is caring. ना हम जब बड़े हो जाते हैं, we start to think, okay, was it really true? Was it correct to do so? So अभी तक तो हमें जो जो सिखा रहे थे, हमने उसको ऐसे ना पत्थर की लकीर की तरह ले लेते हैं. When you grow up and you become an adolescent, you are mature enough, evolved enough to question these things, and you do question them, right? And then you start to understand, okay, this is what I want to follow, and this is not something that I want to follow. And then you also abide by parents and laws. Obviously, you have to abide by law. You don't want to be somebody who's in jail. So this is how you learn moral development, checks and balances. Her stage or age पे they are taught to you differently. Okay, so second last topic of this chapter is adolescence. This age or phase में आप अभी हैं is called adolescence. So during adolescence, growth and development occur rapidly as children transition into adulthood. So this is that place जहाँ पे आप childhood से adulthood में transition कर रहे होते हो. Your body is going through cognitive, physical, psychological, emotional, moral changes, right? Adolescents experience a growth spurt, develop certain secondary sexual characteristics, and start to solidify their identities and moral beliefs because they start questioning things here. They develop एक ability develop कर लेते हैं for reasoning. They are able to question things. They are able to do hypothetical deduction जहाँ पे they feel कि okay this is correct, this is not correct. वो अपने experiences पे based अपने identities, beliefs वगैरह को बनाना शुरू करते हैं. So there's a lot of physical development that happens in this particular phase. Adolescence is characterized by a rapid increase in height, weight, known as a growth spurt. अब यहाँ पे growth spurt word जो repeatedly use हो रहा है, spurt is you know very rapid development. ठीक है. अब इफ यू सी कि अगर आपको किसी ने जब आप 10 साल के थे तब देखा और अभी आपको कोई 15 साल की उम्र में देखे तो कहेगा अरे वाह ये तो इतना बड़ा हो गया, ये इतनी बड़ी हो गई. दैट इज बिकॉज यू सडनली बिकम वेरी अडल्ट लाइक व्हेन योर बॉडी इज बिकमिंग अडल्ट लाइक बट समहाउ यू स्टिल अ लिटिल child inside of you, right? So which usually occurs earlier in girls than in boys because the reason this occurs is because women the female anatomy tends to mature reproductively earlier than men because they start menstruating, right? During this time, adolescents develop secondary sexual characteristics such as breast development in girls, facial hair growth in boys. These physical changes are driven by hormonal changes, primarily the increased production of estrogen in girls and testosterone in boys. I'd like to clear this out because this is a very big misconception. Ki estrogen is only available in women and testosterone is only available in men. That is absolutely false. If you are following with the Olympic news, there's this boxer, I guess, whose name's Iman Khalif, Iman Khalif ऐसी उसका नाम है. She is an Algerian boxer. So उसके बारे में बहुत ना अभी ऐसी controversy सी हुई थी. So if you just followed with the news, you'll come to realize she's not a transgender. She's not somebody who changed her sex later on. The thing is, she produces an abnormally high amount of testosterone in her body than women do. Now, when I say that, I actually mean to say women have higher amount of testosterone than men in their body. Hence, their dominant hormone for development is estrogen. Similarly, for men, they also have estrogen in their body, but that is in very low amounts, right? And they have higher amounts of testosterone. Hence, they have sexual characteristics which are corresponding and which are simultaneously going up with testosterone. Now, there is another hormone which happens to be produced in female body and female body alone, that is progesterone. Progesterone is something that is produced by women when they are experiencing pregnancy, where they're undergoing a pregnancy. That is the only time they experience a progesterone hormone happening in their body. So this is the hormonal, anatomy in men and women. Okay, so additionally, adolescents develop increased strength and coordination through their rapid growth and can sometimes lead to awkwardness in the moment as their bodies adjust. अब जैसे होता है ना, people suddenly grow very tall. So like when they are very tall and very muscular, but they do not know how to behave in public. They're just kind of a little shy. Now, there's a lot of motor movement which happens. So gross motor skills continue to improve during adolescence. That is when they tend to involve in a lot of sports. This is a very good time to do something when you are in your adolescence. Get then if you start playing some sports in your adolescence, it stays with you for your rest of the life, right? They become more skilled in sports and physical activities. Fine motor skills such as those required for tasks like writing, playing musical instruments also become more refined. You'll come to realize इस टाइम में ना बहुत ज़्यादा personality development भी हो रहा है कि यहाँ पे they are writing poems, stories, right? And इसी तरह की चीजें is happening. This period of development allows adolescents to excel in activities that require both physical strength and precision. Cognitive development that happens in this place is when they are transitioning from concrete operational thought to formal operational thought, as described by Piaget. This state enables adolescents to think abstractly. Abstractly का मतलब यहाँ पे हो गया, like for example, आज अगर आप मुझसे पूछो, okay, your exams are in 6 months, what will you do? How do you think you'll perform? Now, I haven't appeared for my exams, right? I have not seen what kind of exam questions will come, but I'm able to think about something that's going to happen in 6 months. It has not happened yet. So abstract is something you can't see, but you're still able to think about it, right? So if I say, what will you do? So you're not just going to talk about apples here, but you're going to talk about something very significantly important for your life. Like, for example, in your life is going to be your exams or maybe admissions in college, something like that. So they are able to reason logically and contemplate hypothetical situation. Hypothetical situation यही होगी ना यार, अगर see I prepare this chapter today and then I do it tomorrow and then I do a revision day afterward, then I think I will be prepared for this chapter. This is a hypothetical situation. Okay, this will happen, then this will result in it. They develop the ability to consider multiple perspectives and solve complex problems. Adolescents also start to think more moral, philosophical, ethical, social, and political issues that require theoretical and abstract reasoning. This happens because अभी तक जो उनको बताया था that उसी whatever moral, ethical point of view से जो आ रहा था, वो जो सिखा रहे थे वो थे parents और teachers, right? Now they are not going to take everything that their parents and teachers tell them, with okay, fine, they have told us so we will do it. Now they take everything with a spoonful of salt. That means कि जब भी वो कुछ किसी के बारे में सुनते हैं, they think about it at their own checks and cuts and balances, and वो कहते हैं okay fine, this is correct, this is not correct, okay, this is my philosophy and this is how I feel about my life, right? So this is when they become more when their higher reasoning level and their intellect is developing. Now, there's a lot of social emotional development also which happens. So it's a critical period for the development of identity and independence. If you actually think about it, the majority number of the conflicts that happen between adolescents and their parents, it's about the level of independence they should get. यू नो कि आप मुझे रात को बाहर क्यों नहीं जाने देते, आप मुझे फोन क्यों नहीं चलाने देते, आप मुझे ऐसे क्यों करते हो, आप मुझे वैसे क्यों करते हो. सो दे आर काइंड ऑफ स्ट्रगलिंग. Adolescents in themselves are struggling with their identity here. Identity, who am I is a very big question here. Why am I on put on this earth? Now they also demand identity के साथ साथ independence from their parents because they're still a minor, right? So they expect that, and this is the reason most adolescents have conflicts with their parents. Erikson described this stage as one of the identity versus role confusion. मैंने भी बताया role confusion मतलब they don't understand what is their role in this particular earth. Also, thing is the another reason that there is this confusion happening because parents say, oh, you're growing up, you're a grown person now because you look like one, but at the same time they treat you like a child because you're not so grown. So you think that if I'm grown, then let me be a grown man. If you think I am young, then treat me like a child. Why are you treating me like a grown and a not grown person all the time, right? They explore different roles and ideas to form a coherent sense of self. Peer relationships become increasingly important, and adolescents spend more time with friends seeking acceptance and validation from their social groups. They begin to form more complex and intimate relationships outside their families because they start getting attracted to opposite sex and they start, being in dating and relationships. During this time, they also start to question sometimes and challenge parental and societal norms. ऐसा क्यों होता है? हम ऐसा क्यों करें, किसी ने बोला तो क्या करें मम्मा, हम तो ऐसा नहीं करेंगे ना. These are things that often adolescents tell their parents. Okay, so what? This is not how it's supposed to be. So they start to become a little more rebellious at this point of time. So the moral development that happens is when they move from a conventional level of moral reasoning, which involves conforming societal rules and expectations, to a post conventional level where they begin to develop their own set of ethical principles because they are now questioning everything. They are introspecting कि क्या सही है क्या नहीं और मेरी लाइफ के हिसाब से क्या सही है, right? And they start to understand the importance of social contracts and may question the fairness of laws and rules. They matlab, basically means they start to have a political opinion also over here, right? And they are more likely to consider broader implications of their actions and strive for justice and equality because they are also more woke at this point of time. This is the woke word that is being used now. And they often emotionally they often experience intense emotions like उनको ब्रेक डाउन बहुत होता है, राइट? ब्रेक डाउन के साथ साथ एंजाइटी. एंड आई डोंट ब्लेम एडोलेसेंट्स यार, आज के टाइम पे ना देयर इज अ लॉट ऑफ कंपटीशन. सो नॉट दैट मेरे टाइम पे कम था, बट आई ओनली थिंक कि विद टाइम्स दैट आर चेंजिंग इट्स ओनली गोइंग टू इंक्रीज. सो दे आर नॉट सो इमोशनली साउंड दीज डेज. सो एक ब्रेकडाउन होने लगता है, एंजाइटी होने लगती है, उन्हें क्राइसिस फील होता है, राइट? And they struggle with mood swings due to hormonal changes and social pressures. I was watching this particular documentary which said that women experience 25% change in their brain chemical, form up every month. So, like for example, they're not going to have a similar kind of brain chemistry throughout the month, and that is happening because their hormones are consistently changing as they move through their menstrual cycle, right? So that is another reason why they have a lot of hormonal problems, and problems in hormonal कोई problem नहीं होती है, but they have a lot of mood swings and they are sometimes very happy, sometimes not so happy. So there are a lot of mood swings that happen, and there's this emotional regulation skill is crucial during this time as they learn to manage their feelings in healthy ways. Supportive relationship with parents, peers, and mentors can help adolescents navigate these emotional challenges and build resilience. Now, this is a very trending word, resilience. It has come from a stream of psychology जिसको हम कहते हैं emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence is a science of study जिसे हम एशिया में बहुत ज्यादा डोमिनेंट है, बट अभी इसको फेमसली जो which is being studied is through the western psychologists put a lot of emphasis on this. And this is because lately a lot of emotional quest has been happening out. Adolescents do not know how to deal with the emotional turmoil, and so they tend to take a lot of immature or ill thought decisions. Okay, so the next topic which is important, and इसमें से question अक्सर आ जाता है, and it is also very important for you to know because this is something that which is also taught explicitly अलग से in the school. So it is challenges faced by adolescents, right? So forming an identity इस time पे identity crisis बहुत होता है because they don't know who they are and they are transitioning. They expect a lot of responsibilities in their young adulthood, and they are also somewhat put in a bubble of protection that is coming from their childhood. So this is where they have a lot of crisis. Okay, what am I exactly, right? They compass one's values, commitments, beliefs. A key task during this stage is to establish a sense of identity separate from the one that the parents have. It's a process and can involve conflicts with parents and internal struggles. Adolescents who successfully navigate these conflicts develop a strong sense of self. Conversely, those who struggle may experience identity confusion or conflict, leading to feelings of isolation from family and peers or loss of individual identity within the crowd. Also, another reason why this happens explicitly is because they have to choose their careers now. This is a very high time and peak time when adolescents choose their career. Say 11th May, people choose their stream, right? After 12th, they choose their colleges and what course they want to pursue. After doing their graduation, some begin their job, some they do not begin their job. They choose whether or not do we want to study higher, still aage, whether we want to pursue higher studies. हायर स्टडीज करने के बाद क्या करेंगे, क्या हम स्पेशलाइजेशन करेंगे. सो दिस इज अ प्लेस वेर यू आर ऑल्सो making choices about your career, and career is a very important thing in everyone's life, right? So when we think about what we want, it's very important for us to know what we are, right? And we can just not make career choices like that. You have to know yourself, you have to know your strengths, you have to know your weaknesses, you have to know your interests, right? And this is a very confusing place for some people, because they just have a hard time understanding themselves. They have a hard time navigating between their interest and then their parents' expectations. So that is a reason, another reason why they have an identity conflict at this point of time. So major concerns is because they bring new freedoms and peer influences, which can create challenges. Peer pressure is one of the major one, and can have both positive and negative effects. So peer pressure can be, oh, you know what, I have scored so much and you didn't, you should try hard. That is somewhat a slightly positive kind of peer pressure. I'm not saying it has a very positive emotional outcome, but then it's slightly positive because they're trying to help you do something better with your marks. Another kind of peer pressure is they make you do small theft कराते हैं, then they make you do some kind of substances. So that is not a good kind of peer pressure. Adolescents may face uncertainty, loneliness, self-doubt, anxiety, concerns about their future, because there's a lot of competition. They're not only competing with their friends now, but they're also competing with the class. And अब तो coachings वगैरह इतनी हो गई हैं. अब coaching में, it's actually a pressure cooker. पता है, I think of coachings like that. The model is such. पहले तो आपको क्लास में आपकी रैंक निकालेंगे, फिर आपकी सिटी रैंक निकालेंगे, फिर उसके बाद आपकी स्टेट रैंक निकालेंगे एक एग्जाम में, जो उनके और भी जगह जगह उनके सेंटर्स देंगे उनके हिसाब से. एंड देन तुम्हारी नेशनल रैंक निकालेंगे. हर हफ्ते ये पेपर कर देते हैं. सो दैट इज ऑल्सो वेरी कंपीटिंग, एंड व्हेन यू फील अ लॉट ऑफ प्रेशर कि ओके, हैव टू डू बेटर देन देम. But when in life, it should always be about doing better for your own self. But that thing is outdated now. So they may also experience excitement, joy, and a sense of competence as they overcome developmental challenges. Okay, so one of the major ones is delinquency. So this refers to various behaviors from socially unacceptable actions to criminal activities such as truancy, running away from home, stealing, burglary, or vandalism, harassment, sexual kind or abuse or battery. So they are basically trying to, and also bullying, or wo jo aajkal there's this thing na, what do we call it? जो colleges वगैरह में बहुत होती है, ragging. These are something that can land people in some kind of trouble with the law. So adolescents with delinquency and behavioral problems often have a negative self-identity, and they have decreased trust and low achievement. Delinquency is commonly associated with low parental support and inappropriate discipline and family discord. Adolescents with impoverished communities with feelings of alienation from the middle class may engage in antisocial behavior to gain attention and popularity among peers. So this happens because some people have very negative image about themselves, or they come from a place, or they have come from a background, or they are coming from a friend circle which is involved in such things, and then they often tend to do such things on their own. Substance abuse, very major problem. So this is particularly when adolescents are vulnerable to smoking. Smoking is a major problem. Major problem. They start smoking कि एक smoking से कुछ नहीं होता, एक बारी smoke करने से कुछ नहीं होता. Little do they know कि पता नहीं कब it becomes a habit. Alcohol, drug abuse, some turn to these substances to cope with stress, which can hinder the development of healthy coping skills and responsible decision making. And not that only, but productivity as well. आप जब नशे करके रहोगे तो how will you be productive? Reasons for substance use include peer pressure, a desire for acceptance, mimicking adult behavior, or accepting academic and social pressures. Nicotine addiction makes quitting smoking difficult. So when we smoke a cigarette, it's basically nicotine addiction that people have. Adolescents prone to substance abuse often exhibit impulsivity, aggression, anxiety, depression, low self-esteem, and unpredictable behavior. Peer pressure can, compels adolescents to experiments with substances, while positive relationship with parents, peers, siblings, adults can help them prevent drug abuse, because then they will be counseled on how they should avoid it. Okay, so you should always talk about people that are around you, about how you feel, and not move or turn towards these things, because eventually they are going to take you down. Eating disorder. So this happens when they have self-image problems, and then these self-image problems tend to lead to body image issues. Now, which is a very common term, जो कहते हैं ना आजकल जो, which is very trending, body positivity. It happens because for a very long time a certain kind of aesthetic body is expected of people, and when people see it on other people and they feel, oh wait, I don't have it, maybe some kind of celebrity, some kind of model, some character, they feel that, oh, I don't have it, and so I'm not going to be accepted, right? This is the reason they start to develop a lot of body image issues. And so adolescents' preoccupation with self-image and peer comparisons can lead to eating disorders. वो मुझसे पतली है, उसकी बॉडी मुझसे बहुत ज्यादा बल्की है, उसकी ऐसी मसल्स है, मुझे भी जिम जाना चाहिए. And then they'll start going to gym. I'm not saying going to gym is a bad thing. It's a good thing if you're doing it properly. But then gym may they start taking anabolics, then they start taking a lot of what do we call that? Steroids, which is not helping anyone. This is just going to destroy your body. But all for what? Aesthetics. So anorexia nervosa involves an obsessive pursuit of thinness through starvation, leading adolescents to eliminate certain foods or consume only slimming foods. So much so to a point where they don't even eat food. And when they're force fed, then they take laxatives or they try to vomit the food out. Because in the back of their mind, they think that they are getting fat. Now, bulimia involves a cycle of binge eating followed by a purging through self-induced vomiting or laxatives, sometimes alternating with fasting. So it's basically when you're not able to strike a balance. Okay, you are undergoing a problem, then you binge it, and then you suddenly feel, oh wait, this is too much. Then you take laxatives. Laxative is basically ऐसी कोई चीज जिसमें when you consume it, your water retention gets out of your body. Anything that you consume gets out of your body. It is excreted out. So basically that, or maybe they start vomiting, they try to vomit, gag themselves and vomit, and maybe sometimes even fasting, and terrible fasting, I tell you. Both anorexia nervosa and bulimia are more common among females, and this is the reason why females के साथ, mostly urban families, is because they have access to internet now, and not just internet, they have access to all kinds of things which can help them, develop these kind of eating disorders. So female is because a female is kind of still associated with a certain parameter. Okay, if you look like this, then you are beautiful. But let me tell you one thing: you are beautiful regardless. Trust me. The most beautiful thing a person can possess, and the most powerful thing, is the brain. If you have good intentions and if you are smart enough, trust me, there's nothing stopping you. A person who actually likes you for what you bring to the table, trust me, अगर वो सही में तुम्हारे लिए अच्छी intentions रखता है, they'll look beyond your beauty. So women, just stop. No boy, nobody is worth it. Okay. Okay. Adolescence also. Adolescence is a transformative period marked by significant physical, cognitive, and social emotional challenges, all of which play a crucial role in shaping individuals' future identity and well-being. The reason well-being is spoken is because well-being includes not only your physical, but physical, psychological, emotional, cognitive, behavioral, and your moral. So when you are having a towards balance in all of these things, that is when you could say, okay, I feel that I'm living a good well-being kind of life. Last stage and last phase. So it is adulthood. Okay. We'll go through this. I know you haven't reached it yet. Neither have I. I'm still in young adulthood. But it's important to discuss it because it's my question out there and this is in your syllabus. So adulthood involves being responsible, mature, and self-supporting. Because by this time you start to have an employment. Most people have an employment here, okay? And people reach this milestone at different times. Not necessarily that आप इस time तक employment gain कर लो. Whenever you have finished your skill development, whenever you finished your studies, whenever you finished it, once you've done it, then you start employing, and that's when you start self-supporting yourself first. The next thing that follows is that some people work while studying, which is a new trend, and marry early, skip further education. Others stay with their parents even after becoming financially independent, which happens mostly in India. Social and cultural context influence when people take on an adult role like marriage, jobs, and parenthood. Like, for example, in Western establishments, there's no such thing, okay, by 28 or 30 tak you have to marry. These people marry at 50. They remarry again. They take divorces and they remarry because for them it's like, okay, marriage is marriage. But in India, it's not like that. In Asian establishments, it's not like that. Instead, here you have to be married at a certain age, have children by a certain age, have so and so invested by a certain age. So they lead a very planned kind of life. And in early adulthood, which is often known as young adulthood, the main tasks are exploring life options, building a stable foundation, which is your career. And the 20s are a transition period from dependence to independence because you are kind of finishing your education and then starting your career, where individuals start to envision their future, especially regarding marriage and career. Marriage follows after career, or career is followed after marriage. It's absolutely up to you. Career and work. So in their 20s and 30s, individuals focus on earning a living, choosing an occupation, developing a career. Entering the workforce is challenging because there's inflation, and also there's a lot of skill gap now. Skill gap is when जो जिस तरह की मार्केट में जॉब्स रिक्वायर्ड उसकी टाइप के स्किल्स, और जो आजकल स्किल्स कॉलेजेस और स्कूल में सिखा रहे हैं उसको गैप जो है, दैट इज नोन एज स्किल गैप. Then involving adjustments, proving competence, coping with expectations, and then adjusting to this life. This period is also characterized by new roles and responsibilities, making career development a critical task of adulthood. So, adulthood is mostly marked by you developing a career for yourself, getting married, maybe having children. So it's basically when you start establishing yourself as an individual in the society. So entering marriages requiring adjustments and each other partner's preference, responsibilities, especially if both are working. Aajkal there is this very interesting thing that is happening that is known as dual income families. उसमें क्या होता है ना, both partners are working, so they make things work. I have seen it very often now when one somebody comes early from their office, they chop the vegetables, and the other person comes, they make the food, and the person who chopped the vegetables is maybe now doing the laundry क्योंकि ऑफिस से दोनों साथ नहीं आते ऑलमोस्ट, एंड देन दे स्टार्ट ईटिंग देयर फूड टुगेदर. अब उनमें से एक डिसाइड करेगा क्योंकि वो आज मैं डिशेस करने वाली हूँ या तुम. सो दिस हैपेंस, राइट? और मे बी parenthood also, if you've seen in movies, they make a calendar and they start dividing the task. Okay, this day I'm coming early and looking after the child. This day you're coming early, this day we're going here, there, etc., etc. Parenthood adds another layer of stress and responsibility, influenced by factors like the number of children, social support, and marital happiness. अब क्या है ना, families are not living in a joint setup. पहले joint families होती थी when everybody used to live together. Now people are moving towards nuclear families because of their occupation, because of their employment, also because of the choice of living that they have for themselves now, because they want space for themselves, they want boundaries. अब उसमें क्या है ना, raising a child in a nuclear setting is very difficult because there's nobody to look after your child after you've gone to office. So this is a difficult problem that people have a hard time navigating. Single parents, either due to divorce or death of a spouse, face additional challenges. Increasingly, dual income households create a stressor similar to those faced by single working parents. Despite these stresses, parenting offers growth, satisfaction, and opportunity to guide the next generation. Obviously, everybody thinks that at the end of the tunnel there is light, and sometimes it can be difficult and stressful. But then, I feel parenthood is a very conscious choice everyone should make, and it's not necessary that you have to make a choice of that kind. You make it when you're ready because it's a very big responsibility. Middle age and physical changes. So middle age brings physical changes such as declining vision, जो तो अब हमारे adulthood से पहले ही हो जाता है. Hearing loss and change in appearance. Cognitive abilities also change with long-term memory declining. So people are not able to remember passwords, they are not able to remember names. वो ऐसी मम्मी पापा बैठ के बोलते रहते हैं, अरे वो उसको फोन करना. They are not able to remember the name of the person जिसको फोन करने के लिए कह रहे हैं हमें. They are not able to remember specific details anymore, and they have short-term memory more than the long-term. And however, wisdom often increases with age because इस time पे they have had plenty experiences. So mostly they have experiential knowledge is point of time tak. Though individual differences persist in intelligence and cognitive function because there are always going to be individual differences. I will not have the same wisdom as somebody else, and somebody else will not have the same wisdom as the another person who's our age. So these are individual differences which happen because of the cognizant experiences. Cognizant मतलब हो गया cognitive experiences and individual experience throughout their life. They are going to be different for everyone. Now, old age. Defining old age is becoming more complex as people live longer because there's better living conditions for people now. Retirement age is shifting upwards because they don't want to retire, they want to work. अभी जैसे retirement age was 60, it has increased now. And many other older adults remain active and valued in society. After the retirement, also they are employed again or taken in again because their insight was very valuable. They were very big resource or an asset to the company or an organization. The challenges of old age include retirement, widowhood, illness. Illness is one of the biggest ones. Family changes because by that time their parents, the children are married, the parents live away from the children because nuclear settings hone lag gayi ab. They feel lonely, right? Successful aging involves maintaining effectiveness at work, nurturing relationships, staying healthy, and remaining cognitively fit. This is basically nirogi kaya कहते हैं ना, nirogi kaya is one of the biggest happiness and biggest wealth a person can have. And retirement and family dynamics. So, retirement can be seen negatively as a loss of satisfaction and self esteem, or positively as more time for personal interest. So, people associate a lot of their time in their life with their, employment, right? And once they are retiring out of it, they feel, okay, now what? Now, again, जो identity crisis उनको किसी time adolescence में होगा, they again start experiencing it. कि अब मैं क्या करता हूँ, अब मैं क्या हूँ, what do I do, अब मैं क्या करूंगी. But also on a positive side, they feel, okay, now I have more time for my family, I have more time for my grandkids, or maybe for learning something, or maybe for pursuing another degree, or maybe for just being at home and relaxing. Older adults need to adjust to a new family role such as grandparenting and may depend on their children for support, leading to potential feelings of hopelessness and depression. किसी time पे they were able to do all these things by themselves and they were providing financially and emotionally for their family. But now the roles have reversed. किसी time पे they were providing, now the children are providing, right? They are becoming kind of somebody जो अब किसी और पे निर्भर होता जा रहा है, जो कभी किसी टाइम पे किसी पे निर्भर नहीं था. So this is coming to a lot of adjustment, coming to a lot of peace with the fact that okay, now things are changing. Insecurity and dependency. So in old age, declining health is one of the major problems, right? Financial resources can lead to insecurity and dependency. Obviously now आपकी सैलरी कट के आने लग गया, आपके पीएफ से पैसे आ रहे हैं, या फिर आपका जो पेंशन है, पेंशन इज बेसिकली हाफ ऑफ योर सैलरी व्हाइल यू वर अर्निंग, राइट, व्हेन यू वर employed. Indian culture supports the idea of children caring for their elderly parents, which they are losing with generationals. It is important to provide the elderly with a sense of security and belonging, acknowledging that everyone ages and it's still that they are part of the family. They're always going to be part of family. हमारी family में होता क्या है ना कि grandparents become a very important part of our life. My parents के साथ साथ my grandparents have been an important part of my life. They are the elder, they are the fun people, right? They are the ones that narrate you stories when you were kids, the one that oil your hair and make you braids. After a point of time, they cook you things that you want, and your mother refuses कि मैं नहीं बनाऊंगी, right? So they've become very engaged and a very important part in your life. This is mostly because they want to feel important, right? And that is why you should always spend some amount of time with your grandparents. Trust me, they want to spend time with you. The only reason they don't disturb you or they don't ask for a lot is because they think that you are busy studying or making more important decisions in your life. but you should spend some time with your grandparents also. किसी time पे they felt कि okay there is a need and they are not able to reach you out for it. So the takeaway. So death and culture perspective. So last is death, right? So death, while more common in late adulthood, can occur at any stage of life. Not necessarily कि आपको adulthood में हो, it can happen at any point of time. The death of children and younger adult is often seen as more tragic because it happens due to unnatural circumstances, जो कि natural death नहीं है, right? Typically resulting from accidents, while older adults more often succumb to chronic diseases. The death of a spouse is particularly challenging, leading to grief, loneliness, depression, and financial loss. Cultural views on death vary, with some attributing it to supernatural cause and others to natural forces. Some say, जैसे हमारे इंडिया में क्या होता है, they say, okay, भगवान जी, and there's this higher, higher power and energy among all of us, जो हमसे भी ऊपर है, हमसे supreme है. Meanwhile, in Western nations, some people feel that no, it's natural causes because they were ill, they were declining, and there was this and that. But the thing is, when the couple, some people have spent a lot of time with their family. Family eventually starts when you marry someone, right? You have spent so many years with them, and now that person who was supposed to be there for you, with you for your life, passes away. You again feel an identity crisis. You again feel an emotional kind of identity crisis because you don't know who you are anymore and you don't recognize your roles anymore. So it's very hard to cope with somebody who was there with you throughout your life, who was actually a partner. कहते हैं ना, partners is a reason, right? एक reason से partner कहा जाता है. So that is a very hard kind of grief to come over. Even counseling psychology, if you choose psychology, furthermore, you'll study about it in depth, grief, mourning, and coming to terms. Thank you so much for watching this one shot. If you have any doubts, drop it in your comment sections and download our app. The link is in description to get our PDFs and ask your doubts. Thank you so much. Bye bye.